solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of those officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
We celebrate Veterans Day on the anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I. The armistice that began on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The timing of this holiday is quite deliberate in terms of historical fact. But somehow it always seems quite fitting to me that this day comes deep in autumn when the colors are muted and the days seem to invite contemplation. It is, in a way, an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise, but most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. And all we can do is remember. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. In memory of those who gave the last full measure of devotion, may our efforts to achieve lasting peace gain strength. Let us make a vow to our dead. Let us show them by our actions that we understand what they died for. Strengthened by their courage, heartened by their value, and born by their memory, let us continue to stand for the ideals for which they lived and died.
survival and the success of liberty. II. Over 10 million Americans served in combat, in a role of the military. And you're looking at what saved the world. This defeated fascism. This defeated imperialism. This defeated Nazism. What am I holding, gentlemen? Tell me. The M1 Garand. Almost 5 million of them made. This is the unique quality of this weapon. Stand up if you want to just hold it. If you want to just touch my Garand. This is a 1941. It's got a serial number. Stand up if you want me to hand it to you. You can hold it. This thing is unbelievable. Anybody? Nobody wants to hold it? Okay, don't then. Weapon. He has no hope. Something's got to be in his life now that's going to change his direction and his destiny. And the priest had the answer. He said, I've got the sword of Goliath. And can you imagine when he brought that to David? David's mind went back in that valley after he threw that stone into his forehead. I don't know how he did it, but that little boy, that little soldier, no, that little shepherd, he reached down and pulled that sword out of Goliath's sheath. And can you imagine it? Make the sound. Ready? Oh, come on. You bunch of old funny nutties. You know every kid would do that. And he pulled the sword from the sheath. And he picked that up. And I don't think he picked it up like I think he picked it up like this. Because Goliath was 9 feet tall. That's how big he was. And David picked that sword up. Now I know I'm going to gross some of you out. Just hang on. The Bible says he took that sword and chopped Goliath's head off. Now, I don't know if he did it in 1 shot or 25 shots. This is actually